Good morning, Jeunesse family. It's a great honor to be here and to share with you guys, okay, in the morning session of Leads Day 2. And today, my topic will be on being the product of the product itself, all right? So, using the product, is it important? What does it bring, okay? How can we do more with it? How can we expand our business with it? Most importantly, leads is about leadership. How can we lead with the product? All right. So these are the few agendas that I will cover in my sharing today. All right. Most importantly, I will use the Chinese 5 elements, if you've seen on stage. All right, is represented by 金木水火土. Okay, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. All right. Now each of them they have what we call a productive cycle. That's to say, they actually produce each other. All right. Now, I will go very quickly into this, right? Because I have very limited time left. Now, first, we will talk about wood. So why is it important to talk about wood? Because everything, to the Chinese, we believe, all right, everything's begin in the springtime. All right. So wood is actually, it's like a tree. So it start breaking the grounds, okay? It start coming out from earth, coming out from stability, all right? And it start growing. You see, when trees grow, it can be pretty slow. But when they grow, right, they can actually grow at very huge speed later, all right? And they start providing shades, resources for human later on, okay? And most important, wood actually represents action, right? So, what do I mean by breakthrough? You see, a lot of people, they feel that, using the product might not be important. I just want to come in for the business. All right, let's take a look at this. Using the product is important because you need to seek understanding. To understand who? To understand yourself. Why do you need to use the product? Or you may be using certain brand of product for an X number of years. Even for certain decades, you've been using this brand of product. Why do you need to change? Right? Now, the reason why you change will be a very big influence over your friends, over your neighbors, over to your prospects that you want to sponsor them into this business. Because before you actually sponsor anyone into the business, you have to first sponsor yourself into the business. Before you ask anyone to use the product, you have to first ask yourself to use the product first. That's very important because you know why? Once you understand, you have convinced the hardest person in this world, that is who? Yourself. You can convince almost anyone in the world. Serious. All right? So when you understand yourself, why do you change? And then you share, why do you change with others? Okay, you realize you be the change. And everyone will change together with you. Okay? Next, to learn enough. All right? Now, when we learn about the product itself, we don't have to go really deep into it. Okay? In order to learn out everything, in order to share with people. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. You know why? You know why? Because the person who invented the serum, okay, invented the products. If you look back into the stories, all right, when Dr. Nathan Newman met with our founders, how many bottles he can sell? How many bottles can a ruby, okay, can an emerald, can a diamond, can double diamond organization move in a month compared to the person who knows a lot or even invented this product? That's the key thing. You see, you know? So you have to learn enough to share enough. So keep everything simple. Keep it simple, all right? And you can actually sponsor more people into it, using it itself. Then a lot of people will say that, look, I want to build a business. I don't want to build a customer base itself. Okay, see, if you manage to bring one person in to use the product, okay, that is sales. That is sales. That is truly customer base. But if you can influence a group of people, hundreds of them, thousands of them, come into use, then you are entrepreneurial. It's different. All right? So it's just a shift of your paradigm, how you look at things itself. Okay? So, sharing versus selling. Now, what happens if you do not use the product? You do not know what is it about. So probably, when the Zen body is launched, people ask you, hey, I heard about the Zen, I read about it online, I saw the video, you guys are really, wow and over it. How do you use it? Oh, it's simple. You tear open one sachet and you drink it every day. You mean what? The protein? Yeah, the protein. There's a protein. You tear and then you sip. That's it. Then your customer believe in you. Went online, click and order the Zen body. Came back, and open up the protein, Zen Fuse, and realized it's all powder form. They got a shock of their life. They start calling you and say, hey, I thought you told me the protein is in a sachet form. It's a gel form. But it came to me in powder. What happened? Is it spoiled? Okay? So what do they realize? You did not use the product. All right? So you have to use the product in order to know how is it like and not start telling people anyhow how. Okay? Next. Then wood will actually give production. When wood burns, okay, when wood match with fire, it burns and create a huge energy itself, okay, and we know it's fire, okay. So let's talk about fire now. Fire represents attraction, okay. It represents visibility, and when fire moves in, okay, it actually spread, and it can spread at a huge speed. You see, what is there to talk about using the product itself? Visibility. When you use the product, people will realize there's a change in your skin. There's a change in your body shape itself, all right? That people realize that, you have a difference in you. And with this difference, okay, they will start become very curious and start asking you, hey, what did you use? How can I be like you? You don't look like your age. You're doing very well. You see, your appearance, everything just attract people. Visibility. You want to be visible. And then you attract people. Someone say, oh, doing gymnastics is really difficult. I have to go and talk to people. It's really tiring. Hey, think about it. Are you doing pulling? That means attraction marketing. Or are you doing selling? If you're doing selling, then think again. You might not be using the product enough. Use more, okay? Use more. One week, 2 bottles. And that's how people build to become a double diamond. Learn from a double diamond, isn't it? Yeah. Get them to you. Hey, you're not using enough. 1 week, 3 bottles, and you become what? Triple diamond. Right. Hey, if it's good, clap. Okay, then people will come and spread the word for you. Spread, okay? So fire goes horizontally, spreading at a fast pace. They say, hey, my friend's been using that product. It's amazing. I see a change in her appearance. I see a change in his figure. I see a change in everything. Actually it's 1 pack, now got 6 pack and 8 pack coming soon. Yeah, you see, it's about what? It's about we living it, we build it, and we share it. All right. So this is how we build the business. Next. And fire will actually give birth to earth. It's a productive cycle itself. So with this, you can actually realize one thing. Earth, it means masses, huge. This whole place that we are living in, this whole planet is called planet Earth. It means masses, all right? And masses will mean that there will be people, there will be customers coming to you, wanting to find out more about the product itself, okay? So when masses comes to you, you can start talking to them. But where to talk to them? A stage. Back in the ancient days, whereby all of us, okay, we are still cavemen. When the alpha speak on stage, where is the stage? They do not have fanciful spotlight like this. They do not have awesome Dolby surround sound system like this. They do not have mon here, nothing, okay? What they have is a cave. And in the cave, okay, they have a platform that is made of stones, all right? So they went up, the person will actually go up to the platform and start speaking. And speaking is important because you influence people. A lot of time, why do we find that it's hard for us to build the business, okay, using the product? It's because you choose to use it, okay, you share it underneath, all right, and not on stage. But once you decide to become a speaker, like all the diamonds, all right, standing up today on stage, okay, when you speak, you influence people, all right? So you have to take charge. You have to take charge by sharing people more on what? On stage. You have to be the influencer. You have to be the what? You have to be your core. You have to be the core in your team, right? Next. And with that, earth also means one thing, trust. Because people realize there's a change in you visibly. People see the difference. People saw that you stand on stage. There is another change because you are able to speak. Any person who is able to stand on stage to speak, okay, and you hear enough speaker, you will know whether they go through the grind or not. That's important. And people realize that you are the genuine one. You are real. You went through the grind, okay? You speak with influence. You speak with your heart, okay? And people will trust you, okay? Most importantly is this. You might think that people are buying your product, but most importantly, people are buying you and your heart. That's very important, okay? Next, okay, metal. So earth, when we dig down below, we actually discover precious metal, okay, like gold and so on. So what does metal represent in our business? Metal actually represents this. It represents authority, leadership in us, okay? Authority and leadership, is it important? It is, okay? So, a lot of people will think that, hey, I want to build a leadership business. Are you able to lead? Are you able to influence? Are you able to talk? Are you able to build rapport with people? Are you able to smile? Straight away you demand for respect. You say, look, you know, I want authority, I want leadership. No, okay? Actually, it's towards the last part. It's towards the last part. That you must know how this thing works. Authority, leadership will come in, okay, in place when you do the right thing enough. That's very, very important. Are you able to solve the problem of others? Okay, what makes a diamond is this, is that we solve more problem. We face more problem. We face more challenges than any other people. Okay, and when we face challenges, we face problem, when things don't go on well, okay, slides don't go on well, the show must go on. We persist, we went on. When we have our own emotion as well, we have our own mood as well, okay, we get hurt as well. Because you know what, if you cut all of us up, all these diamond, double diamond, triple diamond up, we bleed. You know why? Because we have a heart. The heart pumps. But the heart make a sound. You know what sound? Jeunesse, 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 jeunesse. Okay. Oh, 4 minutes left. All right. And metal will give birth to water. When you melt metal, you will see vapor start coming up. Okay. And vapor condenses into cloud and forms water. All right. So it's talking about water. So what does water means and what does water represent? All right. Water means this. Water is always about depth. Water is always about the kind of knowledge. Okay. So it's also about prosperity. Right. So gain knowledge through field experience. There's no better teacher than the market itself. Fact. Okay, don't expect one mentor to be on stage, one mentor to be on the YouTube, you know, and you learn everything from there. Okay, that is called borrowing experience. In Chinese, it's called 借钱, borrowing experience itself. The best experience is what? You swim down into the abyss, deep into the abyss itself, and discover for yourself what is it there. And then go out. The best teacher for you is you walk in the field. You work with your leaders. You open up new market itself, all right? And you gain experience from there. And from there, you actually know the pain, okay? And you know how to adjust yourself. When you know how to adjust yourself, you got the gain. And when your teammates, okay, when your partners, they are affected in the same way, you have the knowledge to guide them. You have the experience to guide them. You know what is the right emotion to balance their emotion. That's very important. It's about what? It's about helping people. It's about balancing them. Okay? It's about building rapport. So, have we been able to do that? That's something that we should look into it. Next, nourish the next generation of leaders itself. So using water itself, we actually water plants, right? And plants will grow, they'll flourish. So these plants are actually what? Our next generation of leaders. Did we impart our knowledge to them? Do they have absorbed, okay, most of our experience? And then we send them go out to the field, deploy them out as first line. Then they will also know how we work behind the scene and in front of the scene as well. How do we work as a team and also together with the corporate as well? That's very important, okay? And last but not least, of course, water means what? Prosperity, isn't it? So a lot of times to us, they say, "Wow, 水为财啊," you know, what 财, you know? So when the Chinese say water, it means prosperity. Wealth will come to everyone. Wealth will come to everyone. It's a result. It's a result of the whole process that we go through, right? So next. So this is the whole flow itself. So if you look into this, all right, this is actually a full cycle. And if you realize there's a break in any of this itself, one of or two or of the element, it will be affected. It will be affected. Okay. So for say, if you only exercise on authority, what will happen is this. Okay. Metal will cut wood. Your group will not grow. You know why? Too much authority. If you have someone who you're so passionate, overly passionate or overly considerate, what will happen itself? Okay, you will exhaust your wood. You keep on helping people, but you're not growing at all. You keep giving out to others, and you are not growing at all. So this is very interesting. All right, because of limited time, this will be my limited sharing to all of my Jeunesse family today. And I do hope, okay, this little sharing of mine from the bottom of my heart benefit all of you. My name is Stephen. Thank you very much. Thank you.